Why do our own military rank and file, the soldiers on the ground, why are they still believing the lies? Of course, my assumption is they're being much more heavily propagandized than ordinary American citizens, and they're not allowed access to anything that might have an alternative point of view.
Michael, I got a story for you here.
Please
okay.
do.
I'm a Marine retiree, okay?
Yes.
I travel on, and there's a nice little world there. The U.S. military owns 168 golf courses, hotels around the world. I can get on planes and go anywhere I want to, and I do it all the time. I travel on the buck, including, in Hawaii. We have a nice facility, the Halikoa there in town. And several others. Yeah. And it's somewhere, you'll find me periodically. Well, in Germany, we have a hotel called the Edelweiss. It's almost like a Disney hotel, a beautiful place right at the foot of the Zugspitze. In 2004, I was staying there with my wife for a few days. I've got a place in southern Germany not that far away, and I'll head into the Alps when the weather gets hot. And also to get away from the kids, basically. I've got kids that live over there. But picture yourself sitting in a hotel. It's a beautiful hotel, lots of restaurants, beautiful golf course. Outside your window, 10,000-foot snow-covered mountain, and I've got a TV set in there. And lo and behold, I turn the TV on. I've got 6 channels. One of them is Rush Limbaugh all day long, Rush Limbaugh. The other one, Fox News all day long. The third one, Mike, is the Pentagon Channel. And the Pentagon Channel, this is 2004, before the election. They show movies and have periodic movie breaks. Well, the movie breaks were coming about every 2 minutes in a movie, so you can imagine what that was doing to people. And in between there, all you would see is Cheney, Rumsfeld, and Bush standing next to troops talking about, lo and behold, the danger that the Democratic Party is to the United States because it's soft on terrorism. On the Pentagon Channel, paid for by American taxpayers, vicious attacks on a political party. Now, after the movie, there were 2 shows, both produced by the Heritage Foundation. One described Franklin Roosevelt as a communist, and the other one was about the Kennedy brothers and Marilyn Monroe.
And I think we've kind of answered that question of why the military are believing the lies, because, it's mind control, okay? And mind control is not a science fiction ray or a pill or a chemical or something like that. All mind control is controlling the brain by controlling what it knows, and allowing the brain to learn only that information that will lead the brain to conclude of its own free will what the controlling party wants the brain to be thinking. And that's exactly what's going on here. And it is very frustrating, although more and more military people are realizing they're getting a very polarized view of the world from within that control, and they're basically stepping out when possible and looking at it. And I know a lot of people who have come out of military service, and the first thing they do is they get a computer and a modem, and they say, okay, let's find out what's really been going on here. So the military people are controlled. They're not fooled by it, but they are being controlled.
Well, Michael, one of the main purposes of veterans today is we serve the veterans community, but active duty military. And periodically, I will get a vicious email from someone who says, you're a communist. How can you think this way? Israel is our best friend in the world. The government is taking really good care of me. Yeah. Well, what I tell them is this. So you've got your 18 years in. When you have 19 years and 6 months, and the Army throws you out with no pension, claiming you had a personality defect, and you contact us to help you with your cause, and we will help you, you'll have a chance to reassess it. Well, we've had so many veterans come home from this war. Now, I'm a Vietnam veteran, Marine combat veteran, and there were 2.9 million Vietnam veterans. 711,000 as of 8 months ago were still alive. Average life expectancy for a Vietnam veteran is 45 years. Gulf War vets, it's turning out similar. The guys coming home now. I sit up here on the phone at night talking down suicides. The calls come right into me.
Nobody seems to think that this stuff isn't orchestrated. It is orchestrated. It always has been. And even if the people are not fully on board, there is enough control that they can exert on the people who are not fully on board that they end up doing their bidding anyway. And anybody who thinks otherwise is just absolutely in a cloud. They're not thinking clearly. Now, I'm taking a look now at this Third World War that you're talking about. It would the American public are so badly informed. They will buy this nonsense hook, line, and sinker. Of course, there'll be a lot of people who don't, but the majority will buy it. It'll give these crooks cover to become even more draconian. It'll give the Western world. Now, this is what you don't know. Last week, Nicolas Sarkozy's government's running all over France, saying that Al Qaeda is going to bomb France. Now, it didn't make it into any of the world news. You couldn't find it on any of the AP and Agent France Press. Nothing. All over French television, Al Qaeda is going to attack France. The Maghreb Al Qaeda from Algeria. This is.
I love that.
I mean,
it's like a franchise. It's like the opening Dairy Queens or McDonald's.
I'm wondering when they're going to bring al-Zarqawi from his grave and put him back out again, because they killed this guy 3 or 4 times. I'm not, maybe more. I don't know how many times they killed al-Zarqawi.
Oh, my favorite one is Osama bin Laden. It's the one I love more than any other. And one of the things we have, and he's available as a guest for you, by the way, but. According to WikiLeaks, Osama bin Laden's bestest buddy in the whole world is former ISI chief Lieutenant General Hamid Gul, spy chief of Pakistan. Well, Hamid Gul also happens to be one of the editors of Veterans Today, and of all things, one of my friends. And if you want to hear about 9/11, the truth about it, the truth about Al-Qaeda, the truth about the Mujahideen. Well, the Mujahideen was established and organized by Hamid Gul. And if you want to hear about any of it was done, why not use our access? One of the nice things about living in that world, he'll come on here and tell you all this. One of the classic things I love about Osama bin Laden, if you were alive, let's say in 2001, and you lived in Pakistan, December 15th, 2001, you pick up the newspaper and you read a headline, Osama bin Laden dead. And they reported that because that's when he died. Now, and since that time, now we send poor Mrs. Clinton there, who berates the Pakistanis about, why aren't you hunting down Osama bin Laden? And their eyes go back in their heads and say, what the hell is wrong with this woman? Yeah. The entire Arab world knows the guy died in 2001.
Well, I can tell you that I have verified his death with the Director General of the ISI, the U.S. Secretary of Defense, the head of the CIA, and they all say the same thing. Gordon? If we say something about this, we're going to look crazy to people because the news has been saying other stuff for so many years. How do we tell people?
Well, who's making the news say what they say? That's the question there, because I'd say it comes from those intelligence directors.
We do have our ideas about that.
With all of the phony bin Laden tapes and the phony Al-Qaeda tapes and and all of this stuff, by the way, is created by an Israeli company called Sight Intelligence and a woman named Rita Katz. She's the only person on earth that can find an Al-Qaeda tape. I mean, I think she pulls them out of a trash bin behind a delicatessen just off Broadway in 45th.
Katz Deli,
I think that's the spot. We have her followed.
Yeah, she goes to Katz Deli. Must be a family member.
yeah, that's it. And I have eaten there. The corned beef is
wonderful. Yeah. I like the pastrami with melted cheese. Wonderful stuff.
The pastrami with melted cheese. You know that's not kosher, don't you?
Well, pastrami's beef.
Yeah, but you can't have dairy and beef together.
Well, I'm a Gentile. I'm a Gentile going in there for that stuff.
Oh, so much for you. You're going to burn in hell. I mean, I'm just telling you right now.